Hello, everyone. I am coming to you live in the Exponentialize group, and I wanted to talk a little bit about when it's not light, it's not yours. And I'm talking about this because I've had quite a few people reaching out to me recently about, things that basically have been going on for them. And a lot of what goes on for us as the super aware, humanoid X-Men that we are is basically we are like radio receiving towers for all of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions around us in all directions. And if you look at what most people function from in the world, it doesn't tend to be, lightness and ease and space. It's more trauma, drama, and upset. And so most of what you pick up as that radio receiving tower is that place that people function from. Um, so what you want to get is that if it doesn't have what you're being aware of, if it doesn't have a sense of lightness, a sense of ease, a sense of space, it's probably not yours. And I know that sounds like, okay, yeah, great. Everything, doesn't belong to me. And when it actually comes to applying this to your life, in certain areas where, you've already decided it's real, or you've, you know, taken on some points of view or some judgments that basically reinforce your point of view about how the world is, then it's a little bit trickier to change. So, what we want to do is we really want to look at this from, okay, what if we were just to use this as an indication of what's not actually true for us and what's not actually ours? So, if it is, heavy, if it has this sense of trauma, drama, upset, intrigue, okay, maybe this isn't mine. It might really feel like mine. I might think, and, even to the point where I'm like, I know this is mine. But if it doesn't have a sense of lightness, then there's a chance that it's not mine. Okay. And so if we go from that place, what we can do is we can basically, the first thing is to destroy and uncreate everywhere that you bought this as yours where it wasn't, whatever that is. Okay. So everything that is right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. So, that starts to basically remove that place where you bought it as yours. Let's also do this. So, for all of the points of view, all of the judgments, all of the DJCCs, which is decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations that are holding any of this in place, let's also destroy and uncreate all of that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. So, you know, apparently that's working. Oh, so, well, for example, take something like depression. Okay. When you're depressed, you can have people be like, oh, but it's not yours. And, like you're actually a happy person. And when you're like, quote unquote, in depression, you basically, your point of view is that everything sucks and these people are crazy. And it's like, can't you see that I'm just really unhappy? Um, but that's the thing. It's like, okay, so if you're in that space, if you're in that place where it's just not much fun, it's probably not your reality. Okay. And so that's where it's like you actually have to be really diligent and present with yourself to A, choose for lightness, and then B, also like when you're, it's not about judging yourself when you choose the things that are heavy, or, where you've got things that you've been creating for quite a long time and they're not changing instantaneously. But it's starting to ask the question, okay, what would it take, for this to change? Um, what would it take for this not to be the loudest, like energy in my reality? Because that's what it is basically. It's like when someone is doing, depression, that energy is way more dominant than the lightness of space, ease, and possibility. So, as a radio receiving tower, picking up all of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions, the energy of depression, for example, is way more intense, and it has way more density to it. So in a way, it's like it's much louder, it's much easier to perceive. And so that's a lot of what we pick up, and that's a lot of what we make real and true for us. So, we have this tool, who does it belong to? You all have probably heard it if you're here. This is a different level of applying this tool, okay? Because this is actually not just saying who does it belong to everything that shows up. This is actually applying the practicality of this, and also beingness. And so it's really about choosing to create your reality. If you could have anything, what would you like it to be? And you have to start choosing in that direction. Okay. Often, when something is going to change, everything that doesn't allow it to change will show up, when you start to choose something different. So when that stuff shows up, if it seems like you're getting over depression, for example, and you're like, all right, I'm going to do this, and you start making different choices, and then it feels like you've been more depressed than ever, that might be because that's all of the stuff that's coming up that is now changing, because you are being aware of it and you're applying yourself to it. And so it's like you want to just ask and make sure that when that comes up, it's not that it's getting worse, it's that you're actually starting to change it. Okay. So always be willing to take, 3 more steps, never give in, never quit, and choose for lightness. Choose for the lightness that you would like your reality to be. Okay. So I hope this has contributed. And look, it's I guess, what would it take for some of these energies that we actually desire to have as our reality be the dominant energies on planet Earth? And so, what energy, space, and consciousness can we be to create a different reality? One that actually works for us, one that isn't dominated by everybody else's, stupidity and points of view, judgments, conclusions, all of that yummy fun stuff. So, what can you be that would create a different reality for you and the world? Thank you, my friends. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like I said, I hope it contributed to you, and I'll be back again next week for another Exponentialize Live. Thanks, guys. Bye.